gotta leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Bundy, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been goated when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi, playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like the Brown James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. Reviews not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum entities. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I got a shout out
Started
to
off with a
Bode.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, yo, set it up.
Breaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in shoes. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, mighty, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. Had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. Had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the ride with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain GM. Thanks so much for joining us. If everybody does do his favorite job, GM in the chat down below, then head up top, smash that like, repost a bookmark on today's space. We greatly appreciate it. It does warm up the algo and does us a real solid. Steve, we just lost you on the co-host seat. Might need to take a
I saw that. I was updating the title. To a dip for ants, and here I am getting kicked off stage as I do it. So I don't know if the universe is upset at me for saying that, but gonna try to pop in here if I can and get it going. But
we are live over on Steve's Abstract today, as well as the YouTube streets. That is pinned up top. We'll go grab the Abstract one here in a second, and we'll get that up there as well. Stream drop is something's going on this week. It gives me another error. I'll keep trying it, and we will get it. We will get it pulled up at some point, but it is giving me the same errors trying to start it today. So for all the stream drop enjoyers out there, bear with me. I will. I'll continue to try, and if it works, we'll get one live here sooner or later. But as always, I'm Cap, Jim, my co-host Steve. Never any financial advice in the show. Crypto is risky, NFTs are risky. Meme coins accept. Blush again, Steve. Meme coins accept your risk and go to zero at a moment's notice. Please don't put any money in you can't afford to lose. And know that Steve and I hold tokens. We'll talk about from time to time here in the show. We're not financial advisors. Certainly not your financial advisors. Don't join us for that. Just join us for some fun, some information, and education along the way. GM Steve, how you doing, sir?
GM, outside of not being able to get on stage on Coffee with Captain and get the co-host spot, thank you, shout out X, doing well. They must be doing something on the back end because it's been probably about a week. It's been buggy and glitchy. My My internet is I got to look for a new ISP. I know we've talked about it for a little bit, but it's getting worse in earnest. My daughter yelled up yesterday when we were like, and she's like, "Did the internet go out for you guys too?" We're like, "Yep." So not great. It went out like 3 times during Coffee with Captain earlier this week, a couple times the other day. I think it went out once yesterday. So something is going on there, and I just have no tolerance for it anymore. So anyway, I'm gonna get that updated hopefully soon. And we'll be riding from there. Dip keeps dipping. We'll get into that a little bit today. Do us a favor, as always, give us a like, a retweet, a comment on the room. It is Friday. We are, obviously usually a slow start to the room on a Friday, but we'll talk about my probably my flailing of my initial DeFi journey. I feel like I'm just honest with the audience and talk about it. It's like I feel like such a noob that the extent of my, earning money on money has always been, and part of it is I understand DeFi. I just don't, the complexities of it are crazy. I crashed out for like 10 minutes and shout out to the War Room because they're all so nice while I crash out and act like a little baby back bitch. And they're all just like, look, man, here's some thoughts.
We're accustomed to Steve's emo. Like you just go like an emo trip about every 60 to 90 days. And it's just, we know you come out of it. We're here for you.
Yeah. It's like occasionally I'll have a probably every it's honestly it's like one of those communities where it's like if anybody's going through it, the people are always there to pick you up. And I sometimes take for granted, we'll get into the DeFi thing, what happened there. But again, like retweet comment to the room. I take for granted sometimes. I was thinking about this yesterday. Like how lucky am I that I have this great online community in Coffee with Captain. We have this great Discord community in DJ Network. I have this great personal community with some friends and my family. It's like that, like it's very corny sounding, but that's what really truly being rich is in life to me. It's like having people where I went and I spent after the show, I went yesterday and I went down the DeFi rabbit hole and I understand how it works. I've just never liked the risk tolerance of like having less Bitcoin if like it shoots up parabolic to ETH, if I play a 2-sided liquidity pool, stuff like that. So I've always just kind of staked, earned a little bit of yield. And I decided, nope, no longer. I'm going to look at all my crypto finances in the next couple of weeks, or maybe 3 weeks. We'll talk about Coinbase on staking soon. But like, look at all my crypto financing and allocate it accordingly and get much more heavily into DeFi because we're still early on that end. But like, I don't know. I was having a frustration with how lame it is and just came in. I'm just like, I'm just too stupid for DeFi. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. And everybody's just like nice, like Phonics, like calmly talking me through it and getting me going. So anyway, holding a DJ Pass Kitchen Norm. Exactly. Yes, Solomon, that is the case. So I don't think they're that expensive out there. People but it's a community to hang. It's basically just a support system and love having people in there. Thomas joined recently. He's a homie.
I just pinned the link to that. If anyone's looking for where to find that pass, Husker asked is why I pinned the link to the DJ Pass up top.
Yeah, it used to be a little more alpha in there. It's not as much alpha driven anymore because
it is. It's just certain channels. Like shitcoin season still pops off. Still pops.
You're right. That's fair. It used to be like though during the bull market, it was just like a lawless city, and 75% of them cook.
I mean, I think we hit on all the mints that cooked this week. There was 3 mints that cooked yesterday. I think everyone in there, not everyone, but people in there were talking about all got into all. Just lawless aren't really a thing anymore, is it?
Yeah, you're right. It's we do get a pretty good job. Do a pretty good job getting in the. Well, it's not even just allow list. It's things like, when I get a new Ethos invite code, or when you get an invite code to the newest InfoFi stuff because it helps. Like those sorts of things are more like what have been happening lately. It's more of like a long game. I feel like anymore. But yeah, I mean, and I have no Ethos.
I didn't know if we get one front in the YouTube chats. I'm not going to dox where he is at or what he was doing this week, but. Yeah, I thought Solomon was going to run away with it, but he appears.
Yeah, but no, it's good. It's one of those channels. It's like look, I'm liking the modern market. Telegram. I'm not a big Telegram guy, so I don't want a million Telegram channels. But the DJ Network Discord is kind of the only place I hang out in Discord anymore. Like I occasionally check some other channels and occasionally pop in here or there if we're talking about something like Doodles or I go and see if they're like getting mad at us in the Discord. But yeah, man, it's a place where it's like, it's, a good place to pick you up. And to your point, like, it's not about the allow list alpha. Because during the bull market, the reason why, for people who need context, the reason why we have the DJ Network Pass is like, we were getting all these allow lists during the bull market, and then we just get botted because we just had this open Discord for it where anyone could join and chat. And so we're like, look, a lot of these allow lists are cooking where people are like getting like 3 allow list spots and like selling at a 3x, 4x profit. We should gate this so that our friends actually get these allow lists. We did that. And rest is history, has gone well. And it's just a good community. But to your point, there was the Killer Acid Mint that did well. I don't even know what Mayhem was buying for 0.25 on a mint, but apparently he 3x that. There was the D's drop we talked about. And to your point, like, I think when we get
On-chain heroes or something that Zane and a few of them did well on.
Yeah, on-chain heroes. So, like, I think it's just like there's these more, it's more like, but the way people like kind of pick each other. And now for me personally, it's like Phonics is walking, like, I owe Phonics like a, I don't know. I owe Phonics like a hearty handshake and a hug. I'm a Philly boy. I mean, it's like, I'm like figuring it out. I'm kind of bitching. I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to stake my money and earn like 3, 5, 10% on some stuff. And he's, he's walking me through it. He's showing me like the ropes of the proper way to do things like Hyperliquid. I need Funky to walk me through hydration. I've decided I gave up on hydration. I'm maybe not going to give up on hydration. I'm maybe going to get another try at that. And maybe not, I'm not a quitter. So I think that's going to be in the strategy. But yeah, man, my DeFi strategy is starting to come into play. And I think the thing that I'm doing now, entering a bull market, I did this with my NFTs last market and it was helpful, is I lay out all of my crypto, all of my NFTs. It takes some time, but I do a full audit. What do I truly want to own? What do I not? I Marie Kondo some stuff and get rid of some NFTs, some meme coins, whatever. Like, I'm probably, and I don't have a lot of it because I am not a rich man, but like, I probably have a little more Penguin Rec than I need. So maybe next rip up, I probably could be a little less allocated in there and take some off the table as it goes up. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to sell my entire position, but instead of trying to moonbag my way, instead of trying to moonbag my way up and say, like, I'm just going to go all in and just make a big bet, I could probably be smarter and play in a DeFi. And so, going to get into some double-sided liquidity pools, probably ETH Bitcoin, although I'm curious if people have opinions on that.
It's whatever you're comfortable with, unless you're going to manage it tightly, like, two assets that you like is probably the route there. That way you really can't lose. Shout out to Husker, just picked up a DGen pass. Don't know if you get a lot of VC offers, but have you considered an Echo Group for pass holders? Not familiar with the Echo Group. I'm very intrigued and would love to learn more, whether the chat or maybe that's something we chat about in the war room. When you let me know if you need an invite to the Discord. I think that should be linked through the DGen account as well, but I will get you that. And when you get in there, the war room is the main chat. There's a few other chats that are active. I mentioned like Shitcoin Seasons, if you're into the meme trenches. If you're into fantasy football, that started popping off last night. Fantasy Sports Channel is the primary, like, just all sports talk. I mean, it will leak into the general chat as well. But yeah, the NFT War Room is the general chat in there. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for picking up the pass and looking forward to chatting more about this Echo Group. I
don't know what it is, but it sounds provocative and it sounds really exciting. So I'm getting excited for that one. I already got people in the chat. Jobbins hitting me with the check out Hyper-V. So I'm gonna check out a few, because the other thing about Hyperliquid that I don't want to, like, Phonics has been saying this whole time, so I'm gonna sound like Phonics is probably rolling his eyes at me because he's been beating Hyperliquid into us since it was like $4 or whatever, and the entire chain was in it. But I was like, VPN, DeFi, I'm out. Like, I understand the principle of how things work. I don't want to come across as like a complete noob. It's just I was never on the risk tolerance scheme. And then I didn't even realize, people can tell me if I'm crazy on this and maybe I'll sound really stupid now, but I don't mind sounding stupid and asking questions because other people might ask the same thing. Can I LP USDC and USDT on both ends of a double side and just make like 10% on that? Like 10, 20, like, is that, can you just double stablecoin yield? I don't know. Someone tell me that. Because if you could do a double stablecoin LP, I think. But yeah, I was talking to ChatGPT yesterday.
I don't know how that would work, but
it doesn't make sense.
I've never thought about LP and stables, but I mean, I guess there's certainly fees to be had there. But
yeah, if there are fees to be had, earn a little more. I want to say BCheck showed me and the only reason I say this, and maybe I misinterpreted, I want to say I was asking where to get the best yield on USDC, and BCheck showed me that, I want to say. So, but the other thing about Hyperliquid is that, again, Phonics' point, I was maybe going to go and just like stake some stuff here, there, and everywhere. And Phonics is like, look, man, like you could, but like these places also haven't had airdrops. So the impermanent loss you're looking at on the DeFi, so people don't understand kind of the concept of that, is that if Bitcoin shoots up and it evens out your side of both sides of the pool, Bitcoin shoots up, you end up with a lot of ETH and you have less Bitcoin. Now, monetarily, you get fees, you have more money in USD terms, but you'll have less Bitcoin because one shot up disproportionately to the other. If they generally go about the same, the impermanent loss is not as bad. And, but the thing about the impermanent loss is like, if your fees outkick it, you could always reallocate that you get because you get sort of a large yield percentage on that. And on top of that, these airdrops haven't happened yet. So if any of these are doing airdrops and you're playing on the Hyperliquid end, you have to say, like, are you that worried about impermanent loss that your yield isn't going to outkick it and the airdrop isn't going to go? Because you might get an airdrop for however much money and be able to roll that right back into what you're doing. So I'm going to start playing these a little bit more. And I think that I'm going to, I think that like probably this weekend at some point soon, it is such a pain in the ass, but I'm going to look at all on-chain assets across all different chains, wallets, everything. And I'm going to just try to decide, like, and I don't know if you've ever done this, Cap, but it's like, because I usually do things like, I do this occasionally where it's like, I just look at what my entire, because like, I look at my abstract global wallet, I'm like, how did that get so big? Oh, Pengu ran, and I bridged all my Pengu over there. So it's like realizing where everything is and then deciding how much do I want earning.
I mean, I would say this, do you, but I would not be selling my Pengu on a day it's down 10%.
I'm not selling it today. I'm not selling it today. I'm not selling my Rec today.
Good day to buy Pengu. Good day to buy Rec. This is a day like today is where I really wish Rec was on Hyperliquid, because I would lever up a bit and fire into that, but I'm just gonna buy some spot.
Yeah, I bought some spot Rec the other day. So it's like I say that I'm gonna reallocate, but I did buy some Rec spot the other day on the last dip. So but yeah, Pengu, Pengu down quite a bit. So yeah, I'm all my abstract memes are the reddest of red right now. But that's what happens in these sort of dips. I did buy a little Bitcoin this morning, I will say. So got involved on that and eyeing some other stuff. But yeah.
You know what I'm buying?
What's that?
You know what I'm buying?
What's that?
I'm buying low cards in Sugartown. I'm hooked on the their World Series of abstract poker. I don't even cut a card in I don't know how many tournaments I play now, 3 or 4 or 5, but it's nearing an end, like to qualify. And they've got a $50,000 prize pool. I'm not taking shots at anyone. I'm not insulting anyone, but the field's pretty soft. Like, I think you would probably enjoy it. And it's not like cruise poker soft, but some people plays. I'm like, what is going on here? But it's like it's a $10 buy-in, so it's not nothing. But
I mean,
there's a few more. There's a few more. Actually, it's funny because I know we've got a meeting at 1 today. I registered for that one, so I might be either late to that game or multitasking, one of the two.
You're gonna have to talk me through this one because, like, I got invited by our guy, Mr. House. Love Mr. House. I know he talked to you as well. Our guy, Mr. House, invited me to play. By the way, if Husker's out there, I know Husker is listening. Husker, I'm sending you a Etherscan. Just sent you your $27 from the BZ Claw yesterday. So just letting you know that should be in your wallet. Let me know if you don't see it for some reason. But yeah, man, like House invited me, but this is the family thing. It's tough. Got to pick my son up from camp smack dab in the middle of this, and had some meetings yesterday. I had a meeting about, potential business I might be working with yesterday that went as well as it probably could have gone for an initial meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm excited to hear more. I mean, we don't
we'll
do it now, obviously, but we chatted about it previously, and I'm I want this, I'm looking at some opportunities right now, and I'm kid you not, I want to see you take this down more so than I'll find my thing, whatever I do next. But no, I'm genuinely excited for you to make this. I think this would be a good move for you.
Yeah, I mean, for the people, we don't share as much on here. I won't get I won't get too into what it is because we're trying to keep everything on the down low as far as what that particular thing is, and so is he. So I don't even want to say it. I don't know who listens. I actually know a couple people who might listen who would know what's going on. So I don't want to do that. Some locals, some friends, but yeah, I'm sort of exploring a few what my next thing is to do in this and while staying involved in the crypto community. And there's really I would say 3 or 4 options I'm considering that I've been talking through with Dawn quite a bit. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so long story short, I'm getting involved. I'm looking at like all of my allocations, deciding where I want to go in DeFi, like, and trying to basically say like, because I think one of the things you realize is like you have a bunch of Bitcoin sitting around and you could be putting it to work, or you have a bunch of, which is why I want to get involved in hydration and on double side liquidity pools. You have a bunch of souls, and I was just staking stuff on Coinbase to make it go away. The yields on Coinbase, even compared to yields you would get elsewhere in decentralized environments, are just so bad. Like,
not to mention the fact you got to wait 3 weeks for that. That's
insane. I can't believe I've been locking up ETH on Coinbase. I went to unstake my ETH on Coinbase. It's a 3-week cooldown. 3 weeks. Insane. So I don't know, but win for another green day in the market. Of course, I didn't sell my Kaido when I unstaked it, and then it's down like 10% since then, which was like,
Don't sell today.
Yeah, no, I meant to go USDC on that. So not selling today. We're going to wait a little bit. But yeah, man, the DeFi journey begins. I have played pretty much zero. But again, the risk tolerance was, I was such a little baby about impermanent loss that I was like, well, what if I just, like, I think about like the only scenario of like my Bitcoin going down because it goes parabolic. And it's like, chances are these assets are going to trade up together in a bull market. So yeah, so I'm probably going to put a lot more to work in those worlds, but we'll continue to follow through on that and see how it goes. But talk me through, I got a few things on there besides the, DeFi update. We'll talk about the dip keeps dipping. We could even probably daily market update right off the rip. If you want to go that direction, but
get the bad news out of the way first.
Let's just do that. Cause like, let's just, we got good news, bad news. You always want the bad news first. Let's hit the daily market update.
The daily market update straight to your brain. Powered by ApeCoin, no hype, just gains. Moving on 8chain, we bringing the heat. NFTs, Feds Alpha never miss a beat. 8chain on top, now we bringing the flex. The home of NFTs, these now what's next.
Come on, my head top, but you want the time to chop off for one time.
I'm laughing. I don't know. I hadn't checked the war room because I was going to just go in and be like, I should go. Thanks, Phonics. Mayhem. Mayhem is like one of my favorite people on planet Earth who I just have no idea what he looks like. He cracks me up. We can make the same humor and go at each other in jokes. Before we get the daily market update, I just need to like show this just because like I think this was hilarious. So you know how I said, can you LP, USDC, US, whatever? I'm just going to show this on the war room. Mayhem just shares screenshots of all these places. So he's like, bro, like, here's me just talking about this in like just screenshots, like 10 messages talking about it. I don't know. It cracks me up that he's just like talking about, like, I'm like, can you USDC, USDT pool? And it's like, I kid you not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 messages as if I'm
amazing.
Yeah, like it's just, it makes me laugh so hard. He's like legitimately like one of my favorite people, like underrated people in the world, just because like I go in the war room and I know, like, I can talk about a comedian I like a Will Ferrell or whatever, and he might not think he's funny, and we can like make jokes back and forth, or I'll go at hockey and he'll go at football, and there's no hate, it's just jokes. So anyway, it's time for the daily market update brought to you by ApeCoin. The home of NFTs. ApeChain has it all, bringing fun, culture, and community to the blockchain, including a D's collection that's sold out and cooked. Dive in and see why ApeChain is on top. Cap.
It's a bloody one today. Good day for discount buying if that's your thing. Bitcoin down 3% to 115. It's amazing that it's like we have people like literally having panic attacks in the timeline, and Bitcoin is still $115. But each their own. ETH still above $3,600 at $36.23, despite being down 6% of the day. XRP lost $3. It's down to $2.95, down 7%. Solana down 7% as well to $168. Doge down 8%, as well as Cardano down 8%. We're not going to talk about runes today. Meme coins, even bloodier. Pingu leading the way, down 10%. Bonk down 9%. Trump down 6%. Pepe down 9%. Sheeb down 7%. And Doge, as I said, down 8% on the day. I'm going to go look at Rect here in a second. Is anyone familiar with Luxo? It's been around forever. I had a normie friend. This was one of his pre-last cycle. Even before I got into crypto, he was beating the Luxo token chain. It's never creeped into my world here, but couldn't even tell you what they do. I think it's something like, I think they're focused on like fashion or something. I really have no idea, but random digression of the day. Stock somehow down despite every company on the planet having record-setting earnings reports. And then we look at NFTs. We got the OpenSea Farm, the X Terminal. Pudgy's down 7%, 6.91% of the day to 14.6. CryptoPunks holding flat at 54. Moonbird's down 5% at 2.089. Apes down 2% to 2.29. Far World Creatures, I'm guessing this is part of the OpenSea Gaming Farm based on the number of sales here, 22,000 sales. I don't know why Art Block shows as a 1.5 ETH floor, but is what it is. Drop Zone, another OpenSea Farm. Lil Pudgy's down 5% to 1.59. No Bad Trippers. It's showing down on the day, but this was a 0.03 mint, I believe. So still up big for Minters. And that's our daily market update brought to you by ApeChain. ApeChain on top. I'm going to find something positive market related before we wrap here. Ape down, not the one, not our hero today, but down 6% to 56 cents. Rect is, this is like, I seriously might consider, I might sell something to buy some Rect because every dip has been bought up pretty aggressively. It's down 15% on the day. And my thesis has not changed there. Big fan. And in all seriousness, I might look to, here's the chart if you want to see it. I might look to make a move here today. It's already started to get bought up a little bit. It hit.
What's the market cap up there? I couldn't.
Fully diluted. It's under 400 million. 392 is the fully diluted market cap.
So we talked about this a little bit.
Current circulating supply, 230 million.
I look like smart on Rect, even though I'm not, because I waited way too long. We talked about it in the war room a lot. Again, Mayhem, who I was just sending praise to, has a Rect guy PFP. I should be listening to the smart people who are talking DeFi with me. But the Rect I had pushed and put on a lot for me at one point. I got to look at what the market cap was. I'll go try to see if I can find the history of it. But the question is like, when is it just a feel thing or is it like a heat check for you? Like, when do you say, you know what, bag's pretty, because like, look, you're going to get some Rect from your buy from Binance. I'm getting some Rect from my buy from Jupiter Drops. At what point do you say, okay, bag's packed? Like, do you have targets? Because I remember Jack. Do you remember Jack? I was doing the math on it the other day, 2 years ago at Art Basel, 3 years ago maybe. Jack, our guy who was on stage the other day, Jack GK, was like, my goal is 1 Bitcoin, 25 ETH, and 100 SOL or something. And he's like, and I just want to DCA till I get there. I'm like, man, if you had been doing that move, it would be a really good place to be right now. So you go targets? Is it just a feel thing? How do you handle that?
For Rect?
For anything, but like Rect specifically in this instance, but like when you're looking at like
Rect's different because I've got more for where it's priced at. I have more conviction in Rect right now than pretty much anything in the market. Very bullish on the team, very bullish this concept, and relative to other tokens in the market, it just, to me, it seems insanely underpriced. It is worth noting our guy D Farmer, who is one of my, like, he's probably, if you say like, what signal do I look to the most on this app? D Farmer is probably my leading signal.
He's your quant for sure.
And I'll see if I can pull it up here. He recently thinks that like memes might be done. Like, not like they're not going to go away, but as far as like the pure meme plays, he disclaimed this multiple times, pure meme coins, not brand coins, not culture coins, not IP coins, if that's, I guess, going to try to force a thing. You won't like this, but pure meme coin. Someone's gonna get mad at me for taking that shot.
The passive dig is so good.
I shouldn't even say it. Someone's gonna block me because I took another shot at them. But whatever. I think it's dumb. I don't get it. That's just me. Explain it to me. Give me something other than just a new forced narrative. Anyways, I digress. You won't like this, but pure meme coin might be done for good, and that's a good thing. Just to be clear, I'm talking pure meme coins. Pingu and Rect are brand/culture coins and valuable IPs with underlying product. I'm very publicly very bullish on those and hold both. Bonk is also not a pure meme either, but has the biggest launch pad in Solana right now. Had a trading bot before, and more are following these paths. Also, it's quite intuitive that things that went down 90% or more are going to bounce harder percentage-wise here and there, but you can see graphs are doing the same diminishing circle thing, and almost none whatsoever reach new all-time highs this cycle. Again, I'm talking pure meme coins, not brand coins, not culture coins. I'm also clearly not saying the biggest trend of the last 2 years is over overnight, but I think post-Trump launch, the death of the trenches myth, because of all the scamming and extraction exposed, they will give diminishing returns and eventually just not matter much anymore. There are better ways to monetize and financialize attention, and better primitives altogether are getting built as we speak. I agree wholeheartedly. I've said I thought it was going to be the AI agents. I still think that could be a thing. I think brand coins, agents, I think productive assets that masquerade as meme coins, that's what I'm looking for. Rekt is a good meme, but it's not just a meme. And anyone who says that is just like, you don't understand like what they're building there. So long way of answering your question. I mean, my goals are similar from trading. That long term, like I want to come out of this cycle with more Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana than I had coming into it. Continue to execute strategies to stack, but that's not like where I'm looking to necessarily generate gains this cycle. Sure, like earning yield on what I have, but I'm looking for multiples on things like Rekt that I just think are relative to other, in some cases pure memes. It's just underpriced in my opinion. So yeah, I'm a buyer. We'll keep looking for opportunities to buy, keep looking at opportunities to get allocations on drink purchases. And this is a play of the cycle to where I don't have a timeline. I guess it might be like a feel thing. I think we're so far from the end of the cycle. I'm not like, it's not even enter my head like, oh, I need to start taking some off the top, because I still am. I think it's underpriced. So,
but I guess like what I'm asking is like, when you go into these things, like how do you approach? Because I think for a lot of people, like you're experienced at this. You've had, a few cycles, 2 cycles super involved, 3 cycles in crypto. Same with me. And I always am constantly adjusting my strategy. But like, do you ever look at it and be like, all right, I have 5 billion Rekt, I'm pretty well set. Or I have, I'm going for 10 billion Rekt, or, like those things where you start to think about like, what is the thing that you look for, that you look at?
My thing is I want exposure to the best assets. So my thing is I will keep buying Rekt until something else piques my interest. Like I have my degen bag, and if I get more, and I need to do the same as you. There's things I need to cycle out of that it's just lost my interest, or I don't have the conviction in. And part of it was like, well, I don't really want to sell now. I think there might be a catalyst coming, or maybe something that sends it. But the reality is I need to do some forced reallocation, in that I will move into things like Rekt. But really it is there something I think will perform better with this bucket of money? And right now I don't think Rekt's at the top of that list. I mean, not on the other, like much lower, not just saying this because they're a friend, but Billy also falls in that category. Billy is a productive asset. Billy is there. It's an AI agent that can masquerade as a meme. Billy to a Billy. Like there's something there, right? And big into sports. I love the platform, and I think that's something that to me, it's an opportunity to be early to something that I think could really grow, be far beyond our niche corner of the internet here. Similar with Rekt, and if and when that happens, like, maybe then I would consider taking some off the top. But there's like, I have buckets where I'm buying and not considering selling. Billy and Rekt are 2 of those. I have other buckets where, like, I have Ape staked, and I shouldn't say this. I almost said I'm not buying Ape, but I'm also not selling Ape right now. Like I moved trying to think what it was. There was a recent it was the last thing I moved. Sent you some Ape before. I just moved that and staked it. That's something I probably like. If Ape runs to $1, I would probably move that into Billy or Rekt. So like, there's some that I'm not selling, like Ape. There's some that I'm buying, Rekt and Billy, and there's others. There's an NFT that I need to sell that I'm partnered with someone on, Steve. That's something I should be rotating. It should have already rotated into Rekt or Billy, but because it's down today, might be a good time to do it.
I don't know. It could be good. I don't know. There's a joke to be had here, but I'm just going to leave it on the table and not not go there. Yeah,
do that.
I mean, honestly, like that's one of the reasons why it's like I think Pengu can continue to rip. I think they're going to continue to work on those bags, but it's like at some point, like again, do I kiss a little off the table there, knowing like I don't what I missed it. I think I can't remember if you even covered in the Daily Market Update because my brain is I've been relatively good recently, but I had a margarita last night at a Mexican food place, and my brain is like working at about 14% on certain things. So, but I think like Pengu is at. I'm trying to remember what Pengu's FTV or even market cap is at the moment. So Pengu's sitting at about market cap's at I'm just looking at market cap. Forget FTV. It's about 2.1 bill. Yep. So I'm just debating, like, again, like I gave the example of the other day of like when you look at Rec versus Pengu, and I know they're different things, but like, for Rec to get to Pengu, it's like trying to go from like a mile to a 5K. For Pengu to get to like the Doge, it's like trying to go from like a 5K to like a half marathon or something. It's like it's a significant step up. It's got a lot of work to do. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying big announcements won't drive it there.
So like I'm a fan of Pengu. They have a catalyst. I think Pengu has a catalyst running into abstract TGE. But what I was just saying, like relative to other tokens in the marketplace, I don't have near the conviction that Pengu can 10x from here. Like I do feel that it's realistic Rex could hit 10x from here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you're basically saying Rec can go. I mean, even forget a 10x, even a 5x. You're talking about Rec going. If Rec goes to Pengu, it's a 5x from here, right? Like that.
And I think that's deserving. I'm not saying Pengu would stay there, but in a market where all tides rise, I can absolutely I think it's very realistic. I shouldn't say it this way. It's insane. Rec could go to zero just as much as it could run up to 2 billion. I believe multiple billions for Rec. I think 2 billion is like the floor of its upside, in my opinion. I don't know why. I have no fundamentals to other than relative to other tokens in the market. And I think how Luca has been moving and what he's done with Pengu got started on like, maybe you could say, they were both in the space at the same time, but really like, as far as like what they're building, Pengu got an earlier start than did Rec brands and Rec drinks. I think how they're building, to me, you couldn't convince, like, why couldn't OSF and I Like Taps, why couldn't that team run up a brand coin to the same level as Pengu is today? And you can't, like, there's no logical, rational answer that you could convince me that they can't. I'm not saying they will. I just think it's absolutely in range. And these are
it's not a hard story to tell, is what you're saying. It's like, not a hard story to tell yourself.
Yeah. And I have my buckets where I'm getting my 10% yield, 20% yield. I'm looking for asymmetric returns here. And this is a team and a token that's priced that I think that's still possible.
Well, this is kind of
what is the downside risk? It goes like I just like, unless the market crashes, like how much lower would it really go from here? Like, is it going to go down to 100 million? Maybe. I'm not selling there, and I think it still would bounce. So it's like, I just feel comfy in Rec because of where it's priced and the motion and attention that it has now. And maybe they change, maybe they pivot, maybe they run out of marketing funds someday, maybe the flywheel stops, but they're not even close to the running out of that flywheel right now. Like the flywheel is going to go for a while, and they still haven't gotten love. Like Pengu's gotten love outside of crypto Web3. I know Rec did the 7-Eleven deal, but we really outside of like a few niche publications, they haven't gotten love outside of crypto and Web3. Like imagine if that happens. It's going to send. Imagine if someone like Tom Lee, who Ovi's been quote tweeting and tagging in posts, who's talking about getting more exposure in the ETH ecosystem. Imagine if he starts becoming a Rec bull. Like I'm not saying that happens, but if it does, the asset is not going to be priced where it is today.
Well, like, yeah, and it's like I think there's also just this there's this thing when it comes down to that where it's like it's the understanding. This is one of the reasons why I want to talk portfolio today, though, specifically, is that it's the idea that you are paying really close attention to what your portfolio looks like and understanding where you're over allocated, under allocated from your sort of comfortability levels. And the point that you're making is exactly what what I'm sort of trying to do here, which is say to myself, okay, how many NFTs do I have? What's the value of those? What does my bag look like for, sort of those riskier asymmetrical upsides, the Rex, the Pengus, whatever it is? Right now, for my money, I know there's other meme coins out that people are in that they talk about. Rect and Pengu are the only ones I'm interested in being in right now. And I know like people say, oh, they're not pure memes, like to the Deformer point, but I guess my point being like those high risk coins that are like sort of alts. I'm probably only looking at Rect and Pengu and then firing like $50, $75 of some random abstract memes, get some XP, and maybe one of them shoots up really high and abstract gets popular. But I agree with the Rect thesis, and that's where it's like, look, if it's underpriced and it's a thing where it's like you fire in it, like, is it at like DCA range for you yet, where you're just like, screw it, I'm just gonna throw in like $50 a week or type deal, or is it like not? It's not there. It's just you buy it when you see a dip, and when you're, it's sort of like a feel thing.
I mean, yes and no. Like I don't have an active DCA set, but if there's I got to buy a $50 coin on OpenSea for a voyage, I'm buying 50 of Rect or 50 of Billy.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing actually as well. That's might be my exact strategy. I'm like, oh, just swing into this on the Coinbase DCA.
But to your point, I should do I should do what you've been talking about on like I should turn my Rect holdings into a productive asset. I should LP. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend.
Yeah, let me know if you do. Keep me updated on that, because to your point on that, like I don't have to do it for all of it, but like, yeah, I could probably toss half my Rect and do an LP, and like, that way, like I'm not risking again that impermanent loss on something, but at the same time, I could toss it in there and have some of it going to work for me. And yeah, it's for sure a it's just things, strategies at this point in the market. It's just the reason I feel like we're entering a bull market is, one, I bought the dip with no hesitation this morning. Like woke up this morning, saw the charts, bought some Bitcoin. Simple as that. Just went for it. So that's how I know we're in a bull market, number one. Let's say number two is like, I'm actually wanting to look at my stuff and really pay attention to make sure my bags are properly allocated to move in the right direction. So like, at least for me, yeah, that's usually like that's a sign of bull markets to me when I actually want to spreadsheet and look at some stuff.
And days like today are good to do that. Although, yes, they're good and bad. Like it's good if you got stable sitting aside, you can fire into it. Bad if you're selling the dip to buy the dip, that's not optimal. But
right. This is like a situation where it's like this morning, just to be clear, I bought Bitcoin. I have, for me, like a nice allocation to USDC that sits on my Coinbase account, earning that like 4 or 5%. Again, I'm going to probably LP some stuff there, but like I'm earning some a small bit of yield on that just sitting on Coinbase. I took a portion of that and I kicked it over to Bitcoin when I woke up this morning. So it's like things like that where it's like, and again, for me, it's like I'm not a big dip buyer in that I have like, I'm not like sort of like this rich I'm not like, legendary throwing 10 ETH worth of, cash at Rect when it dips. I'm, just a, throw like, couple $100 here, there, everywhere on these dips. But like, that's sort of the idea is like, I'm taking a stable coin and turning it into something that I saw on a pullback. So that's kind of the way I look at it. In any case. So that's the way I'm looking.
Apparently, PSA here, shout out to Husker. If anyone using Apple products, update to 18.6 pronto. Apparently, there's malicious code can be ran just by visiting a website and started being exploited. No download required. So take those updates seriously. Update your Chrome, update your Apple iOS 18.6. And yeah, I still use Ledger. I actually use a Ledger Nano is one of my hard wallets. I have a Grid Plus as kind of my main hard wallet on. It's a larger unit though. It's not something you take mobile with you. But yeah, I like Ledgers are fine. Just buy directly from the manufacturer. Definitely don't buy from any other third-party site online. I wouldn't trust the Best Buy or any retailer. I would just buy directly from Ledger. They're usually running some sort of special.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go on like Amazon or something. That's just like asking for it.
Yeah,
no, I have debate was debating getting those Still that limited edition Pudgy ledger. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I like the idea. Like, yeah, I mean, like I still use a Ledger Nano X maybe. So yeah, still use it. Use it yesterday to unstake my Punks comics without my Punks tokens, which probably got taken from me. So that's one of those NFTs I kind of like holding it unless it like has this insane run up. I want to
Speaking of NFTs, I kind of remiss. I buried the lead during our market update there. While markets as a whole might be down, Grails certainly are not, Steve. You talk about signs of a bull market. This is another leading indicator to me that we are full risk on when you start seeing $2.4 million offers on Gold Bored Apes. 666 ETH offered, expires in 11 days. You think it'll sell?
I mean, I hope so. I would, again, like good for the person holding it, but it is a collector item. And so you like seeing that massive other deed sale as well, which I don't remember if we hit on that yesterday or not. But I know that was another one that was like, cooking.
We flew over the other deed sale, but there's also another one that has a big offer. I don't know if we hit on. But yeah, there was a 700 ETH other deed sale, and I think there's another. Also, there was two. There was a 200 ETH sale, and then there was both rare one of one artifacts. So, I'm trying to find the actual. I'm not finding it right now. I'll come back to it, but not great TV here. But yeah, there one sold, and then another one has a bid on it for 250 ETH. Just bananas. There was a 200 ETH sale for a one of one other deed. That actually held one of two unique artifacts that completes a complete archway and other side, and then there's another one that has a 250 ETH offer on it. So yeah, big money splashing around. I'm surprised we haven't seen an Ether Rock sale in the last 24 hours.
I just got a new tip record from our guy Jambert.
Woo!
Probably feeling good about. Probably feeling good. Just casually pulling $900 cards, but you're a great member of the community. 1,300 Pangu, so that's probably like $45 or something. That's not too shabby. So we'll gladly take that. Thank you for helping my wife and I get Chipotle today. Very much appreciate that. The other thing, actually, go ahead. Sorry,
I said big tipper. That's awesome.
Big tipper.
My Amy that was $100 the other day is now $16, but I still appreciate the tip. It was still my record tip for me.
Be Epic also coming through big in the chat with 130 ping. Thank you for the tips. Like, you guys don't understand how much this means to us because, yeah, I mean, like, sponsors show up, do our thing as much as we can, but it is a hard life out there. But
I need $6 to get to. Oh, actually, never mind. I'll wait till I'm posting. You don't have to go hunt me down.
The other thing that I realized as Husker joins the DJ Network War Room, and I saw Husker in the Modern Market Discord. Again, shout out Husker, a coffee with Captain Connoisseur there. I mean, the other thing about it is like, I'm finding myself also looking for the right people to surround myself with when I go into a bowl. It is an important thing to have a tribe and an authentic one. Like sometimes people are like, hey, like when the probably nothing guys were popping out, people were like, how do you get in like Frank and Thread Guys crew? It's like, you don't need to be in Frank and Thread Guys crew. You need to find your crew, your people, your ones you come up with, your people who trade, who are on your same page. And Modern Market Telegram, DJ Network Discord are probably going to be my two go-tos. Like when I was asking about Polkadot stuff yesterday, I had 5 answers of people who already knew how to, what they were doing. When I go to the DJ Network Discord and DeFi, I have 5 answers. Your tribe is so important going into a bull market that that they're genuinely helping you out and not looking at you as exit liquidity.
Got a little distracted there. It looks like a massive jobs report just came in.
Massive good, massive bad.
Well, it sent the September rate cut chance of happening. It flew up from 37% to now 55% and climbing.
Wait, repeat that one more time. Sorry.
Yesterday, the percentage chance that we were going to get a rate cut in September was 37%. Right now, it flew up to 55% already and climbing in real time. So the reaction to the jobs report. So here's the
So bad jobs report, but good rate cut is what we're looking at?
Yeah, weak market. So they're going to cut rates, basically. TLDR. Yeah, this is a game changer job report. The labor market now looks a lot weaker than expected. July job gains were a mere 73,000. June 14, May 19. Note that 75% of the jobs in July came from healthcare. This puts September rate cut from the Federal Reserve back on the table. This is not a good chart. I don't care if you're looking at meme coin launch pads, if you're looking at NFTs volume, if you're looking at daily active users, if you're looking at jobs, not great here the last few months with new jobs being added. And so that basically the takeaway from that is that, and again, I don't know, like I'm not smart enough to be able to see that and like, oh, we're definitely getting rates cuts in September, but I don't have to be that smart. I can just look at Polymarket, and a lot of smart people that get this stuff much better than I are. They're on it, and I'll show you this chart here in a sec.
Is it still 7% chance that those aliens visit Earth? Speaking of which, I won't distract us on that, but yeah, keep going.
I mean, we haven't hit on that this week, but yeah, there is a.
That's normally that's our type of nonsense. I was surprised we hadn't hit on it.
It's pretty much all but confirmed, I guess. So do with that what you will. Here is, you can see like this just flipped from, I said 55% in climbing. It's now up to 69%, like instantly following this jobs report. It's another way to make money on the internet is front run news, or as soon as you hear news, go make a bet. Like, yeah, I don't know what that math works out to if it goes from 30 to 69%, but pretty wild to see how, like, maybe they're wrong. It's not 100%. It's still 69%, but yeah, I think October also bounced a little bit, but really looks like, I mean, and this is not no volume. I mean, it's $7 million of volume, $7.5 million of volume, Steve.
Yeah, Jambert also says, by the way, what do you think about the Triple H video from the White House? X post pretty wild. I have not seen it yet. Actually, I do know the White House was talking a little crypto stuff yesterday, but I didn't see that part. Yeah, I mean, you know what's kind of crazy about the jobs report part though is that you have this situation where it's like a bad jobs report is good for markets. Like, doesn't that suck? Like, it's a thing that I struggle with a little bit sometimes. I like we're like when we hear rate cuts, we say yay. Money is cheaper to get. I probably will resurface my tweet to talk about rate cuts and what that means. But money's cheaper to get, therefore markets are going to cook and crypto's going to do well and stocks are going to do well. But it also means that people are losing their jobs. And it's like that part of it is tough for me to reconcile. But that jump on that jobs report is pretty massive.
Savage Crack in the Craig, I'm not sure, CRAIC in the chat says the economy just came in at 3% growth in second quarter versus 2.3% expected. There would not be a rate cut in September. I don't know. I think I actually may have an open bet that we get a rate cut in September. Now I'm going to go log into Polymarket and check what I have open.
Yeah, it's a yeah, it is. It's I've not played around on Polymarket in a minute, so maybe I got to look at some prediction markets as well.
Well, you got to take a trip to Bahama. I don't know if you do that as frequently as I do.
Yeah, it's not my go-to. That's why I was using Myriad for a period of time. We probably have like Real Top as a cover, but just because we haven't hit it, have you seen this action? You've seen this, right? This thing.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that we haven't hit on that, and it's our type of nonsense. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb. This is the guy who, by the way, for people who want context on this, let's take a digression. Let's take a walk down the aliens for a second. Cap, do you think, or do you probably, do you want to believe is better? Because like for me, it's like, I want to believe. Do you think that this thing flying through space, hurtling towards Earth at this astronomically low chance, one, do you think the government will confirm aliens exist in 2025? Only 7% chance. It feels like some good bet, right? No? Like good odds? Maybe they're like, hey, aliens are there. I don't know. But
I don't know if they confirm it though, but I think, I mean, they might have to like land to be walking on, like they might have to go like, I don't know. The whole thing, I don't trust anything that I see like this from this anymore. Like the whole thing could be made up. Like this could be a Photoshop picture. I really don't know, but I also believe that it's extremely likely that we're not the only intelligent life in the universe. I give it a 99% chance that we are not the only intelligent life here.
Yeah. But it's like it's so far away that by the time we discover it, it's already probably wiped out by the time the light reaches us, which is always a messed up thing to think about. So this Avi Loeb guy, there was this cigar-like thing that was kind of metallic that floated by our solar system, and he speculated that it was, some sort of alien creation of some sort. I think that people called it the cigar. There's this other object that's hurtling towards Earth. It's 7 miles long. It's taller than Mount Everest. 7 miles long. It's not emitting sort of like a comet-like sort of like shoot behind it, which is like what you'd expect from like space rocks, I guess, of some sort is his logic there. Now, a lot of astronomers are calling shenanigans on him. I'm kind of with you, though. I'm like, I was listening to a Rogan episode the other day, and he mentioned, like, I'm kind of over, like, the person testifying, the person saying this might be that. Like, it's like, just show me. You see things moving underwater at fast speed. You see things coming through. Just show me. I'm kind of over it. And even at this point in AI, it's, like, hard to know what's real and what's not. So, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. But, like, it's crazy. This thing would get to Earth, I think, in 2027, they think. So it would be like in the next, and like the flight path is highly unlikely. So he thinks it might be aliens. I think it'll be dope. So anyway, total digression there, but we didn't cover the nonsense of the aliens potentially hurtling towards Earth. So felt like we had to, especially, will the aliens land on the moon before we land on the moon from your perspective is the question there. So I don't know. There's also actually a random report that, like, and again, I don't know how much I believe it. Some dude saying that, like, all of the things that we've seen in the sky, like, who talked to a government person, said they were like Lockheed Martin created. Which,
the pills, the
Tic Tacs, right? They're called?
Yep.
Which also, like, what do you? Okay, we'll get out of the shenanigans on this, and we'll get back to crypto. What do you think is more likely? The Tic Tacs and all those things are some sort of like not of this earth or some sort of other beings, or Lockheed Martin created them. If you had to like bet, and it was one, and you knew it was one of the two.
I mean, my real answer, not to be snarky, but my real answer would be Lockheed Martin created them based on some sort of intelligence they gained that was not from this earth. That would be my real guess. Is like whether this was the like. I'm not saying this was the machine, but they found something else. They uncovered some technology that doesn't appear to be this earth, and then helped them build these Tic Tacs.
That's not snarky. That's not snarky. That was my exact answer. I thought I was going to get to come in with a novel take, but that was my exact answer. Is like maybe there's something that had come here in some way, shape, or form, and they just put smart people on it to reverse engineer it, and here we are. So, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at in that.
Are you going to do any like does that like? I don't have any interest in like Area 54 or whatever. Like, do you like, would you do any of the Vegas stuff, any of the alien stuff out there? I mean, I know it kind of be like a little theme for Ape Fest, but would you like venture off and do any of that stuff, or no, not really?
No, only because it doesn't do anything for me. It's like if they're like, yeah, we have an alien spaceship, come see it, I'd want to see it. If it's like, hey, come to this place that maybe aliens sort like Area 51 and the things in Roswell around it. God bless their economy. It's a tourist trap, right? And it's like it's basically like people selling little green men. It's just, you know what I mean? Like it's
laugh because we got an awesome shout out from TMA yesterday. Appreciate you. I'm going to go pin that up top. We got some awesome comments in there. I saw NFT Jesus gave us some love, and we just got one from Minted Tokens. All these people giving us love is sending new listeners to our show, and here we are talking about alien spacecraft at an hour in.
It had to happen. It was like,
would you rather talk about how much money everyone is there, how much our net worth evaporated today on the bloody market, or we could talk about mysterious flying objects?
Exactly.
We'll get back to this.
We gotta hit on the fun stuff. But yeah, I
feel like asking, like, so what is your show about? I'm like, oh, it's it's like tech and AI and blockchain tech and crypto and some NFTs. And aliens, like we probably would get more people who aren't here if we said, yeah, we're a conspiracy theory alien show.
I mean, whoa, but hey, guys, isn't this all related? I thought this was related because I'm looking at the world we live in. We have 8 billion human beings on this planet, and we're about to have 91 billion AIs AI
It's actually-
agents.
It's actually valid.
So we have 100 billion humans and AIs about to be on this planet. Some of them physical, some of them not physical, and they all need Ethereum. You guys know I have to say they all need an ENS name. And when the aliens come, assuming they're not already here from all the Renaissance paintings and the Foo Fighters and all that stuff and mysterious things for happening thousands of years, when the aliens come, they're also going to need crypto. Some of them that have, bigger egos, they're probably going to want PFPs and they want to build some clout. And when we're a multi non-human intelligence planet, blockchain happening at the same time as everything else, as AI, as aliens, as IoT, it's all part of the bigger picture. And the bigger questions go to, do aliens really exist? Because the word alien was only invented, I think, in like 1952. Do you guys know that? Before that, we kind of talked about Martians a little bit.
That's funny.
But the word alien is very, very new. And there have been creatures and lights and goblins in the sky for hundreds and thousands of years. And so are aliens, are good aliens and bad aliens really just angels and demons? Are they interdimensional? And either way, they're going to need crypto. They're going to need Ethereum to interact on a blockchain. And it's interesting. Which ones are going to want PFPs? Are the aliens going to have alien PFP collections, or are they going to prefer the human PFPs?
Yeah, I was gonna say my bags are
We're
heavily
talking, like,
packed.
global payments and cross-border. Like this is interplanetary stuff.
Interplanetary. It's like the IPFS for our decentralized websites. We have the interplanetary file system.
Yeah,
Those guys are really thinking ahead.
Yeah, right.
My
Blockchain
alien boy
is interplanetary, and this is what we're here for today. But in all seriousness, like
Mars gets its own L2.
The idea of having more and more intelligent beings, even if those intelligent beings are artificially created or artificially intelligent beings, like I don't I can't say it tongue in cheek, but I agree with Gary. Like as more of these people and beings or code exist. Like I just saw a report this morning that Fortune, I think, said that now it's official. Over 50% of the internet is bots.
Dead internet theory.
Blockchain tech becomes increasingly important. Like to verify who is who and what these beings are. I mean, I guess you could possibly do it without blockchain tech, but in our increasingly digital world, I do think that. I mean, this is probably the take of the day, though, Steve. It's Satoshi's actually an alien.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how they're coming. They had to build Bitcoin first.
I like that. And by the way, is my sound coming through?
Unless it's just me.
No, I think it's you.
Give me a second.
That's so funny. While Cap fixes this, we'll see if I'm coming
Bear
through.
with us here. I need to do the probably change the settings back so we all can hear.
Cap unplug it and plug it back in.
And we should be live again now. Yep.
There we go. We got me. It's so funny. There's a couple times I came in, and there's a way that you talk when I know that I'm on mute, because like we have a cadence and we know each other. And it's so funny. I actually said, "Can you hear me?" like 3 or 4 minutes ago, because Gary was talking and I started saying my bags are packed with my Alien Boy NFTs before he even talked about the PFP part.
Man.
And
we got to come back to this one. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
But it's just funny because as I'm talking about it, like it's like you do this thing where it's like you have I'm just having commentary cadence versus like sometimes when we're both kind of talking at the same time or have something to say, like we do the dance and like one of us like kind of like pulls or goes back or whatever. Like we do it, we navigate it well. And I knew your cadence is like, I'm like, he can't hear me. Like I knew it at some point. And so I waited. I'm like, at some point when he stops, I'm going to talk and he's going to say, "Can't hear you, Steve. You're on mute." And I wasn't. Anyway, yeah, Alien Boy's packed. I also like how Gary lands the plane on like, look, we might have creatures that could travel interdimensionally that are angels and demons, or creatures that can travel across the universe from leaps and bounds, but they're going to need the blockchain. Like they like those would need. I like the way Gary's approaching this, but I should
I'm not saying to go buy some of these today, but if we do get an official alien sighting, you can't tell me the Alien Boys aren't going to get at least a short-term pump. I kid, but Still, Georgie Boy's still here. Still doing. I don't know exactly what they're working on or what they're building, but is a talented dev, and not again. Don't go buy Alien Boys today. I'm just saying that I would not be surprised if we have like a big alien moment that there's a couple floor sweeps here.
That's exactly what happens. There will be a meme coin. There will be some Alien Boy type thing.
That actually should be their play. They should start building their Alien Boy brand coin now, and that could be like the olive branch they give the aliens when they land.
I'm not sure what some of those you had there I didn't recognize. So my aliens
alien goggles like that. That was the
those are the Dougals like these guys?
Yeah. That's the ones where you had that created the Steve's hair trait.
Yeah, Steve's Wonderful Hair with my dog over here. That's the name of the trait. In case people are wondering, Alien Dougals have a trait called Steve's Wonderful Hair. It literally is my hair. We had Georgie Boy on the show, and the collection was launching that day, and he integrated a hair trait in honor of my hair in that day. So
I thought I had one of those. I thought I bought a Steve's Wonderful Hair. Apparently I didn't. You probably slipped up the floor or something, because I thought I had one in my collection. I don't.
I super overpaid for whatever this one is, but I saw it and it was like the perfect one. It was like smiling, which is kind of my personality. It had the dog, so I was in on it. Yeah, I have 4 Alien Dougals and apparently 3 Alien Boys. Not enough Alien Boys apparently. Though I might go buy a couple more of those. I like those guys, and I imagine I can get some traits I like at a pretty cheap.
I mean, they're down 10% on the day, but they're up. They've almost done a 2x in the last month. Someone's buying them.
I like them. I like Alien Boys. I always have.
Showed you there. Like, what is that math? 0.017 ETH to USD is what? Like
$60 or something. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I'm
like think how like. And this is not. I'm not saying this derogatory towards Alien Boy. It's not an Alien Boy thing. It's a me problem, right?
$40. Sorry, that was horribly easy math that I screwed up. $39, $40. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so $40. Steve, do you think it's in my best interest to keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to keep $200 in Alien Boy NFTs, or should I rotate that into Rect or something else? Right? Again, this isn't directed at Alien Boy. I have probably, I don't even know, man, 100 collections like this where it's like, to me, this is a me problem. It's like, it's a kind of a nuisance to have to go list something for 0.0169 or to go accept all these WETH bids. But if I could click a button and it'd say, rotate 50% of my NFTs, except these that I lock and don't want to sell, rotate 50% of my other NFTs, just liquidate them and move them into something else. I should do that. There's not that one button. And because I have just far too many, I don't even know where to start. Because like literally, if I wanted to do this and rotate a bunch of these older NFT collections into something else, it's like I need like 48 hours. I have to carve out an entire weekend and do nothing but list NFTs. It's just, that's not fun to me. I don't want to do it, but it's like I'm leaving. In this case, there's $200 of liquidity that I don't have conviction that Alien Boy is going to rip up 10x from here.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, and forget you said not just Alien Boy in general. I did do this recently, although I did it the worst time possible, right before the market ripped. Which, like, anything I had that didn't bring me joy. Like I said, I Marie Kondo my NFTs occasionally.
Every time I go to start doing it, I may sell a couple. Like, well, there might be a catalyst soon. Like, do I really want to sell this thing for $20 and then next week it's 200? Like, but it's. The odds are 99% of them are not going to have that next week at 200.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like what really has high end. Like, for example, I have a piece of art that I gotten on the allow list for that was pretty cool. The Obey the Prompt series that was like kind of like a niche art piece. And like, I have like a 0.16 offer, which is like $600 or something like that. But it's not one of one. It's like, sort of these editions, you get a certain level of rarity. I hold it because art might have the upside, right? Like, I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, I had one of 15 of these things, and suddenly an artist pops, and next thing you know, I'm sitting on a ridiculous amount. So art has that upside. But yeah, I mean, like, there's ones in there where I'm like, maybe there's revivals, like Pixel Vault. I'm not selling my Meta Hero for that low because who knows, like, that could get bought up, and they're trying to buy the IP and things. But yeah, there are definitely some certain.
Soon. They said they're going to make a move on that soon.
Right. And with the right ownership group, there may be a better exit point there. But yeah, there's some things where it's like at some point you're holding a sup duck and you're looking at it like,
yep,
my sup duck is, even if it's $40, it's like, I don't know, my sup duck cost this, it was like literally like the same floor as like my Super Yeti, I think. And the Super Yeti's hilarious, and the sup duck it is what it is. So there does come a point when you look at those NFTs and you're like, do a little tax loss harvesting. It's like I still love my Atom Bomb Squad and I hold it.
Guess what I bought my Subduck for 4 years ago.
Oh my god.
It's fire Subduck. It's not worth what I paid for it, but it's
Do you want me to guess USD or ETH?
4 years ago, ETH was probably close to the same price.
I know, but like when you say it in USD, it's going to sound so much worse. I bet you bought it for, I mean, it is.
Look at that Fire 80s breaker, right?
Mine are all like the thing where they whacked it, where they like made it like wacky or whatever. And I don't know how to unwhack my Subduck, which are, I like the art way, way better unwhacked. In fact, I'm going to figure out how to do that maybe in the next couple of days.
I know what you're talking about.
I'll show you in a sec. What'd you pay for it? Does it say last sale on there? It doesn't. Was it like a couple of ETH?
Oh, it's right there.
1 ETH?
1.09 ETH. Yep, 1.09 ETH 4 years ago today.
So just about $4,000 for that Subduck, which is now worth $40.
Someone minted it and flipped it for a nice, 6x, and then I helped that person get a nice 2x plus out of it.
I'm gonna see if I can find my Subduck on.
Didn't think we'd be talking about tax loss harvesting today, Steve.
Oh, I did unwhack my duck. No, I didn't unwhack my duck. So I wish there was a way to like make it work better. So basically, these ducks. I'll show you what my screen looks like.
I do have 3 of them. Like I didn't know they like. So I have they put one on base, Crypto Subducks on base, and then there's another one on. I don't know where it's at, but
yeah. I mean, basically they had these King Frog things where it's like you leveled up your frog. It was like a fun game you played. But this guy looked really cool. But then you made him wacky. It's almost like you make him trippy. And yeah, man, my Subducks. Yeah, they're these guys, these Subducks, these like sort of avatar Subducks that they had, which were pretty cool. I think they're cool, but like let's see if I still have King Frog.
This is why we need OpenSea to take care of their OGs, so people like Steve and myself can be made whole from all the dumb shit we purchased in 21, 22.
Yeah, I still got a couple King Frogs too. I mean, they were funny, they were interesting, they were wacky. They just didn't execute very well. I like the art still. I just need to figure out how to get my duck fixed.
My read, I think this Subduck's a good example of you had an artist, talented dev, was experimenting, doing some cool stuff on chain, but never necessarily built a business before. And at some point, you run out of experiments to do on chain, and you got to generate some revenue. And if I remember right, I think Frankie took it like he had to take a mental health break or two along the way, just because couldn't deal with the community coming at him. But
I want to figure out how to like fix my Subduck because I used to have all this tech in the website. Look at this. I went to the Subduck's website because I was like, okay, can I like fix my duck? It literally is just like move this thing around. That's it. Like it's like so like I don't know if my duck is permanently stuck whacked or whatever it is. I might go in the Discord and ask today and be like, hey, like I'd like to figure out.
They were the first that did like a utility token that you were talking about, like doing stuff with frogs. You had to do that with Volt, I think it was what it was called. I don't know how to like exactly say what I'm trying. Got a thought of it, but like I'd love to see more of that again, more experimenting on chain. Like what else can you do with the tech? That unfortunately I don't think many of it, because it's not gonna. Most of the time it doesn't move the price, but I don't know. Did not have on my bingo card. We'd be talking Subducks and Alien Boy today. Find yourself another Web3 show today that's talking Subducks and Alien Boy.
Look, I mean, people feel some type of way about those Moonbirds fanny packs till they don't. Like, I got a lot of shit for my Moonbirds fanny pack. Now people are like, hey, Moonbirds fanny pack's kind of cool. No, I need to go to the official links in the Subducks Discord, though, and see if, like, there is a place where I can fix my duck.
I did mention, Chief said I mentioned Satoshi as an alien, and X goes down and muted Steve, so might be right.
Uh-oh. There's something to be said there. No, I need to I need to go in the Subducks, follow this channel. Can I even get into the discussion. It's like announcing. I don't know. Anyway, I need to get in and like actually figure out if there's a way to unwhack my duck.
Give us we'll reset and get things moving here, but give us X has been funky all day today. Any love on the space would be appreciated. I said I would share that post, that very kind post from TMA yesterday. I pinned that up top as well. If you haven't yet hit that, maybe give that some love. Give TMA a follow if you're not already doing so. I see the Good Vibes logo, and I have to look at my fine bag behind me. I actually did wear my Good Vibes shirt yesterday. Did I say this on the show? Like, first time I wore it in public, got a compliment. People love the Good Vibes Social Club.
People like Good Vibes Social Club. Adam Hollander wore his yesterday. I wore mine out yesterday. Like, I feel like a proper human being in it versus some of the other NFT merch. Plus, it's super comfy. But yeah, you mentioned you got a compliment in it, which is, you might have tweeted about it, which is huge to have like real good NFT merch. Let's do this. I will reset us back on track for the latter half of the show here. A couple other topics to hit. If we end early on a Friday, we end early on a Friday. But I want to hit more, and that'll give us a little bit of a reset here.
The more you know, brought to you by ENS.
It's time for The More You Know, brought to you by our friends at ENS. We're talking dips today. Market's down a little bit, but Bitcoin's had its fair share of wild rides. Some days turn into true crash moments in crypto history. The worst ever. March 12th, 2020, aka Black Thursday, Bitcoin dipped nearly 39% in one single day, falling from 7,900 to 4,900. Man, imagine buying Bitcoin at 4,900 as COVID panic hit every market. Fast forward to November 9th, 2022, FTX collapsed. Bitcoin sank 14% in one day, its steepest decline since that crazy Black Thursday. Even in recent memory, December 2024, we saw a 7% Bitcoin flash crash, totally wiped that from my memory, knocking out $400 million in leverage positions before bouncing back. And then in February 2025, again, completely wiped this from my memory, global tariffs led to an 8.5% drop in Bitcoin, pushing it to a 3-month low of 87K. Again, Bitcoin was 87K, 50% lower 6 months ago, slightly less than 6 months ago. Pretty crazy to think about. But volatility isn't just part of the game. It is the game. And for Bitcoin, history shows the biggest dips often set the stage for the biggest recoveries. That is The More You Know, brought to you by ENS. ENS does more than you know. Not just anchoring your name across Web3, but anchoring it across the internet. It's your identity. Simple, memorable, and unmistakably yours. Security, interoperability, and ease of use. Go to ens.domains to learn more and secure your ENS domain. And yeah, I will await to see if I can get a update on my Subduck, if I can unwhack it, because I do like that art. I think the art looks good on that. The art looked good on my old one, and I miss it.
Also, some nostalgia there for you, no? Wasn't that a very advantageous Discord for your career? Maybe a book come out of there. Am I right?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Like, not Discord, but yeah, they used to run these community spaces, and that's where I met Scott. Scott was talking about some nerdy economies that Volt and Subduck created, and even talked about how memes were part of a culture and why they made sense in an economy. And I'm like, I like this guy. Got up, talked with him. My buddy DJ was like, you guys should connect. We connected and wrote a book. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, Subduck has a special place in my heart, and I look at it, and yeah, I would love to keep that. Like, and that's another reason why that's one of those ones that, you know, you talk about ones that NFTs that make you feel something. It's like one of those ones that I probably wouldn't sell, right? It's like I would hold on to for that nostalgic purpose, but I would like to get it back to what it was, and it's sort of wrapped in some contract with new art, and I'd love to get the old art back in order. So, because I like the old art, I miss the old art. So we'll get that.
We did have one more random digression. Be Epic asked if we talked in MLB trade line deadline. We did not. I didn't see anything that was like, oh, this is a major move. There was like maybe like Cedric Mullins to the Mets, but you know, a few other pieces. You know, the Mariners got their big bat with Suarez, but nothing like jumped out. Oh, the biggest was probably Correa going back to the Astros.
Yeah,
Twins were selling everything off, but yeah, nothing else really like was like, oh, that's major.
Yeah, a couple National League teams going for it.
This new basketball league that caught my attention.
Yeah, new basketball league's interesting. That I didn't know that you hadn't known about that. It's been the podcast circuit for months, where LeBron sounds like his agent is going up trying to talk about maybe a super league with the best players, and get really good people and almost create an NBA competitor. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, similar threats have been made in college football with the Big Ten and SEC creating their own super league. But yeah, a trade deadline, I don't know. I mean, I have a team that's getting in trouble for fucking gambling. So I root for the Guardians, and I mean, they just have people getting in trouble for, maybe the silver lining is maybe Shohei Ohtani will demand a trade to the Guardians, given that we have 2 people in trouble for gambling. I don't know. Maybe that'll happen. But yeah, it's not my baseball is probably my least favorite of the major sports, or it is my least favorite of the major sports. So I like going to a baseball game. I like playoff baseball, but as far as keeping up with the regular season, it's just not my jam. So don't do it. Yeah, man. Back on track. A couple market things we could hit on before we, jump out of here. Pretty big deal. I mean, Proof of Play, just shout out to them as a flyover. Their arcade launch yesterday. I should post my ref link up top. If people want a ref link, I'm going to pin it to the top of the space. I did tweet about it yesterday, got nerfed a little bit, but arcade on Abstract, sure, they're going to be giving some stuff away on there. They always tend to be doing that. And it's a fun game. It's basically the Gauntlet come to life. So I've been playing that a little bit. I got to play on the test net, enjoyed it. It's the arcade part of Pirate Nation. It makes sense on Abstract. So that's fun. Actually 2 other comments. One, OpenSea bots, good for your airdrop, it looks like. Like, they have no reason to clean bots out of the rewards program. Did you see this yesterday?
Yeah.
They're actually cleaning bots out of the rewards program, which is the right thing to do. But I've heard, I'm not going to say who, I have heard other companies who have volume-driven businesses say, to us, it doesn't really truly matter if they're bots or not, because volume is volume and we're taking fees. So it's the right thing to do, because they're basically creating work for themselves. And if they banned people who weren't bots, they're taking time and energy getting rid of the bots. Like, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but it's the right thing to do. It's not what I would have expected from a volume-based business, though.
I mean, they've been pretty upfront about not letting you connect multiple wallets. I assumed they better go. It's just like tables. They didn't excite me because it's like that. Yeah, I expected them to be doing this, and I'd be pretty upset if they didn't. So, otherwise, they better counter our other wallets that so far it looks like we're not getting any credit for.
I was always thinking, like, when they said that, like, anti-botting thing, they're like basically like, we're covering our ass here, but not really. I don't know. I liked it, but yeah, keep going.
So a few other things newsworthy today. Actually, I think it just kicked off at 9. Speaking to our friends over at Good Vibes Club, the raffle. Did you see the raffle?
Let
me pull up their site because I'm pretty sure you have to opt in. But I know they have a raffle kicking off today. I don't know what is in the raffle. Oop, wrong site there. 1 second, I'll pull that up. Actually, I got a few other news items I'll hit while I look for that Good Vibes Club. Oh, here it is. There is a tab on the raffle. So basically, how it works. I'll share so you can see what I'm looking at. How it works. Badge required. You must own at least one Good Vibes Club to participate. No cost. Enter to win an unclaimed Vibey for Mint. Badges are tickets. Each badge counts as 1 entry. So our guy Dort has like 69 entries to the raffle. Winners will be announced live on stream. Again, all you got to do is own 1. Each badge counts as an entry. You do have to opt in. So you can see this is round 2. I missed the first one. I've got 4 entries for the badges I hold. I'm entering it now, and I'm in. So good luck me. Send me a new Vibey. I would appreciate it. In all seriousness, I don't need to win. I'm already winning with my big winning week for me with the special delivery and the grab bag of goodies. So yeah, there you go. If you're a Good Vibes holder, there's only 433 people in now, so make sure you go enter that raffle for your chance to win an unclaimed Vibey.
That was kind of a fun. By the way, that was a fun little graphic they had there. Although would my honorary have given me anything? Because my honorary is in a different wallet. My honorary is locked up in the vault. So I
I
wonder if that
doubt
would
it.
help.
I doubt it, but maybe. Probably worth checking. But no, I only connected the. I did not check that wallet. So I pinned these up top too, Steve. Let's. I'll just go left to right because I do think it's some decent announcements. First, the Clubhouse, Bored Ape Yacht Club Clubhouse, it's live at 10 o'clock today as well. That's in the bubbles again. So check that out. I'm having a lot of fun with Bathroom Blitz, although I can't get my controller to work. I don't know, like it. I get it connect, but I can't. Maybe it's my controller. I've used it before, so I don't know. Could very well could be a me issue, but yeah, if anyone has a oh, he says expect the unexpected. This is regarding the raffle there. Hoodies, hats, pins, rare arts, yes, maybe even a Vibey. So yeah, the other side, Clubhouse Bubbles today, that's live at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be multitasking, listening into that while I play the Sugartown poker tournament, the poker qualifier. We also had, let me just pull up this post so you can see it, so everyone knows. I think this is a really big deal. I saw Weston Nigel. Maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but did you see what other side got on Twitch yesterday?
I saw this, but I don't know if it's a big deal or not. I saw you tweet about it, but I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not a big Twitcher or gamer, but some other people have said it. Yes, it is a big deal to get your own category there. So Other Side now has, its own category on Twitch. If you're playing Bathroom Blitz and going to be a big Other Sider, might be worth firing up a Twitch account and getting started over there. You played your first round of Proof of Play. We also, the last thing, Yuga related, the Ape Fest calendar is live. That's live on Luma. So go check. I pinned that up top for anyone looking to make their Ape Fest planning. And we also, I need to get back to Peace Frog, but a good idea for our DGen community Ape Fest chat for those that are attending. And then two really big pieces of news, Steve. Probably buried the lead here, not starting with this. I'm going to go Coinbase.
Oh, good. No, sorry. You go. This is exactly, I was going to say, there's a major piece of news on my list I realized I forgot to hit on. Go. I bet you're going to go there right now.
Well, there's even a bigger piece of news. This one I think is major, but there's a bigger piece of news that came out of the SEC, which we definitely need to hit on. But where I was going to go first was Coinbase announcement and
the tokenized stocks.
Not just that, but
because that's changing the way we do everything.
Yeah, I mean the world is coming on chain. That was the SEC announcement to bury that lead. The SEC basically said, they came out the Project Crypto, and they want to essentially tokenize everything, which is just wild to think of where, the war on crypto and where the SEC was a year ago, and now they're creating Crypto Project and want to bring everything on chain. But this news coming out of Coinbase yesterday on the earnings call, DEX integration goes live inside the Coinbase app. Coinbase is an investor in Aerodrome, the leading DEX on Base. Starting next week, again, this is live in the Coinbase app. What that means, millions of tokens, no waiting on listings, every Base project instantly tradable, fully on chain, access for everyone. This is huge for Base builders and beyond. In particular, very bullish, my Billy bags. Billy, if you missed it, migrated back to Base. To think Billy getting a tier 1 listing and could be tradable on Coinbase, that was maybe a year out, versus now people can buy Billy on Coinbase next week. That's a really big deal, I think. No?
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. It's interesting because the Coinbase news we'll get into in a second, but yes, I think that is a big deal, for sure. I mean, the other thing, I don't want to fly over because I know you kind of just hit on that. At least for me, it's kind of, I don't know. Again, to me, kind of a big deal. These stocks going on chain, as far as I understand them, that means that stocks can be traded 24/7. I don't know. Again, obviously, that piece is big. Coinbase with a flurry of announcements yesterday, but we've talked about this before. stocks being traded within like business hours, like companies are going to have to change the way they do business because of this. Like this is crypto majorly affecting the way they do it. So for example, news comes out about a CEO. The Astronomer CEO is, let's say, another big CEO. Let's say a big tech CEO that is like publicly traded gets caught doing something. That stock tanks at 11 p.m. at night. That stock goes through. Or something really bullish happens. Someone sees something and that stock shoots up overnight. It's not pre-markets. It's not trading out of markets. It's like literally moving at the speed of society. You don't have the ability to say, let's wait till our earnings call. Let's wait till end of business. Wait till this. Like it's going to change the way fundamentally we do everything stock-wise. So I don't know. Like I thought that was a pretty big deal. Like the idea that you could have instant stock liquidity as a normal human being 24/7, 365, like that feels like a major, major part of this announcement to me.
Yeah, I agree. I need to hand you the mic for a second. My daughter called. She powered through my do not disturb twice, so I need just to make sure everything's cool.
Yeah, do your thing. Go check it out. Yeah, that was on my list as far as like, you know, the idea that tokenized stock offerings making and offering prediction markets coming to the US, which by the way, another thing about prediction markets, it's like you're talking about eating the lunch of some of the gambling companies. So that's going to be a big thing. I think prediction markets, you want to talk about being bullish on Billy Betts, like efficient lines, working in prediction markets, like you're in the right place at the right time if you're involved with prediction markets and you're involved in gambling on chain in any way, because it's going to disrupt the way we do gambling. Obviously a big industry in the United States, but you know, the idea that we're going to be able to do that is pretty crazy to me. So I thought that was interesting. So you have this pairing of like SEC announcing that Project Crypto, the initiative to bring all markets on chain, Coinbase tokenizing the stock offerings and kind of pointing in that same direction. Feels like these things are all working together behind the scenes interchangeably. Feels like these people are all working together behind the scenes interchangeably. Like Brian Armstrong's like, yeah, I know what's coming down the pike. And again, like very bullish for crypto and blockchain as technology. Jamie Dimon capitulating and continuing with JP Morgan going down the route of more and more crypto related after calling crypto a pet rock that only uses for like money laundering and crime. So a lot of big stuff coming down the pike there. And then the other thing I had on my list, and if you're good to go again, I think is strategy. $10 billion in Q2 profits. No surprise, Bitcoin did well, but they want to raise another $4.2 billion to buy Bitcoin. Again, I know people don't like when I say this. At what point do we say this is a little like, hey man, like just chill out, man, like spread the love, or are you like, hey, this is just buying the dip and it's totally fair?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, that pretty much on record says he's going to continue to do it, and I'm not. I much smarter people than I when it comes to creative financing and doing things that I guess it's just like it says X is dead air. Are we not? Is audio not coming through? We looks like we lost a lot of people.
Oh wow.
Can you hear me okay? Can someone give us a comment in the chat? Let us know if we lost the audio on X. Oh, it is. Yeah. So it's apparently X crashed.
Lovely. Well, like,
we're still on the line, I think we'll just power through, but unless no one can hear us at all.
Yeah, it sounds like people can't hear us on X. They can hear us on the stream. YouTube is good. Stream is good. But I mean, what else is on your list? Because like we could also just, you know, we could power through. We could also just rip it because again, for me, like sort of my list, like the last things left on my list were Coinbase, strategy, and OpenSea bots. And I know we kind of hit on those at a high level. You know, again, the tokenized stocks, like just really thinking about how it's going to disrupt is super interesting to me. But what else is on your list? I mean, we could rip through a couple more and call it, I would say.
Bunchy says not to mention the prediction markets. We can tap into the tech, or we can tap into with the tech. Yeah, the chat was popping off. So apologies. I'll catch up on the war room here after the show. I think we hit on most of the big news. Anything you're looking at this weekend other than, like I said, I'll be doing some Sugartown Poker, some other side bubbles, some Bathroom Blitz. Anything else that's you're like looking ahead over the weekend, or any, like I know we said we need our Mint calendars back. We should have done that before this week because it seemed like everything did rip. But yeah, anything on your radar?
I mean, the big thing is I've not gone on the other side yet since we were doing the bubbles / bathroom blitzing. So I need to get in that and get my controller connected there. That's on my radar for this weekend. And then, trying to get my, like I said, the DeFi research. I'm going to be doing a little more of that. And that's kind of like my stack for the weekend. Like, I'm like to your point, like it's at the point now where it's like, I remember back in 2021, we used to set our calendar up for the week with like mints on calendars. Might even need to create a shared calendar with like, mints or moments in time. But yeah, just going to try to maximize and look at my portfolio and make sure I'm like fully packed in the best way possible going into this bull run and, make sure I feel good about it. So that's kind of my main weekend stuff. I think it's the first weekend where I don't have some sort of thing I absolutely have to do family wise or otherwise, which is good. So, it's been like kind of busy around these parts for me lately. And now it's like, I have a little bit of a chill time where I can actually hang with my family and, hang with my nuclear family, not my, extended and stuff, which is awesome when people visit, but there's also a point where you're like, all right, I just want to chill. So, probably Happy Gilmore 2, some trashy reality shows, and get going with the portfolio rebalancing. So I think that's my stack for the weekend for the most part. And yeah, actually play around another side, which I have not got a chance to do.
Last thing on this jobs report, this is from Wizard of Soho. Powell is going to destroy America. Non-farm payroll gains were sharply revised down. May's total dropped from 144,000 to 19,000. June's dropped from 144 to 14,000. A combined cut of 258,000 jobs. May only saw 19,000 jobs. That's recession level short. So it wasn't just July's numbers down. It was also the actual revising of May and June's down sharply. So not good in the job streets. Yeah, I don't know. My schedule is completely gone into Spaces. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened to Spaces this morning. Everything's good on our end, but we will see you in the other side. I'm going to be over there for bubbles here soon, as well as hopefully I'm at a final table at the Sugartown qualifier here in a little bit, and yeah, bathroom blitz. I think the rewards are exciting and good, and we do need to have. I sent off an offer yesterday. We need to get Von Doom on here to give proper coverage on bathroom blitz. Maybe we can do that next week, Steve.
Yeah, I'm with you. Agree. I would fully agree. We got to get Von Doom on here to talk about that because it is kind of the talk of the town. It's exciting. I mean, Jonah, who said I hate Ape Chain and Yuga, and I directly send people against it and yada yada yada, and had a bunch of thoughts on that. He said I'm bullish on other side. So I basically was like, I kind of asked like, Jonah, are you hacked? Because, I basically was like, I think I said like, did Jonah tell anybody if I'm ever under duress, I will tweet something that I would never, ever tweet ever. Jonah, are you being held against your will or something? Blink twice if you're in trouble. So even seeing that, I mean, got to get him on here to talk about from Blitz, but look,
last thing we talk about that wreck dick getting bought up. It's like death, taxes, and dips on wrecked will get bought. It's up already 10% in the last 6 hours, up on the last hour. Still down on the day, 10%. But
oh my God.
Once again, dips getting bought up with speed and efficiency. So
since the beginning of the show, I just look at like what's been bought up on there, and I'm just like, what the heck, man?
Pretty sure it was down 20% earlier this morning. Now it's down 10% on the day. So it is moving back up with haste. And I
mean, I don't have a massive bag of wrecked necessarily compared to a lot of people, but like I saw significant, like hundreds of dollars in movement since the beginning of the show. When I was looking at it, we were talking about buying a dip there. So probably should just bought when we talked about it.
Indeed. But yeah, since X is down, I could hit on some other stuff, but probably good as time as any to wrap up, send everyone off into the weekend, and we'll be back Monday for another fun week, and hopefully it's a green weekend. Go out there, touch grass. The charts will follow in kind, and Appreciate all the love and support this week. It was a good week. Good. Appreciate everyone who joined the conversation. I still wasn't able to get stream. Maybe the issue is the stream drop is some X issue. X has just been funky. I say that and I just checked it and it just ran now. So there's one stream drop if anyone wants to go get one in as we shut down. It's live, but it wasn't working most of the morning. And appreciate y'all. Good luck to those who are grinding or bathroom blitzing, and have some fun out there. If you see a hot man or two, let us know. Welcome to all of our new War Room enjoyers, and have a fun weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to talking to everybody bright and early Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.